Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In the last video I introduced you to this, my Skoda Elrock Sportline. I think it's time I need to clear up some details of the car, so here's time for a second video. Yes, that's right. Hello, and yes, welcome back to the channel. In the last video I may have been ambiguous about this being my favorite EV. I think I need to clarify. Out of my favorite EVs, it is a very, very close run thing between this and the Skoda Enyaq. Now I have to be very, very careful saying the word Enyaq because being an Elrock is very close to Enyaq, and it's not just in the naming that it's close. The wheelbase is the same. The interior is basically the same. And that's why I love it. Think of the two differences, and I'm going to stray deeply into dirty old man territory here, and I apologise, but I'm a bit like Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like big butts and I cannot lie, and that's why I liked the Enyaq. It has a huge boot, which is incredibly practical. So, why do I like this? Well, if you take said person with a nice butt and they had a gym membership, this is an Enyaq with a gym membership. Its butt is a little bit more pert. So, instead of having 580 litres of boot, it has 470. A very, very ample amount of boot space. I'm going to skip away from that metaphor. So this has a nice usable boot. It has all the positivity of the Enyaq. It is a genuinely nice place to spend time. And so far, we are now nearly a month into owning this, and I have done over 2,000 miles in it. I love the damn thing. Is it my favorite car? Yes. Just. It's my favorite Volkswagen. And when I say Volkswagen, I mean Volkswagen, people's car. It's cheaper than the Enyaq. It's got just as much, well, it's got less usable boot space, but it's got just as much cabin space as the Enyaq, really. It's very hard to describe why I like this so much, other than pointing out the Enyaq points. It's all the Enyaq good things. So the fact that it has practical, usable buttons. It doesn't have haptics. Now, I have no problem with haptics on the controls because I've done tens of thousands of miles in ID4s, 5s, Q4, the Tavascan. All of those had haptic buttons on the steering wheel. Now, whilst some journalists say that they're rubbish because you keep on knocking them with your hand when you're turning the steering wheel, again, tens of thousands of miles, and I never did that once. It's just the genuine feel of it. Whereas this has scrolly wheels. This has actual buttons, and I like that. It's the tactility. It's not the fact I can knock them. It's tactility. There's the amount of storage space. I'm going to put some B-roll footage in here of the storage space, the amount of storage space in the center console, which just was not there in the Tavascan. The space for under my arm. You can go and watch countless videos on this of how much space there is down here. But yeah, I love it. So why this over the Enyaq? Well, the thing is, I don't need a huge boot. I have more than enough space with this car to fit all the buggy change bags and stuff which comes along with my grandchildren or to go racing. The boot space is fine. This is 100 kilos or one Rob Chalmers lighter than the Tavascan. So even though it has the same 286 brake horsepower, it genuinely feels quicker and it's more efficient. Whereas I was averaging around 3.4 to 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour in the Tavascan. This is up towards 3.8. It's ever so slightly better. And I can't compare it on efficiency wise compared to my last Enyaq, because that was a pre-facelift one. And now we have facelifted Enyaqs. They're going to be slightly more efficient due to the changes at the front and the aerodynamic changes. But compared to that, the last Enyaq I had, which was around this time last year, or maybe slightly later, that was also doing around the mid 3.4, 3.5 miles to the kilowatt hour. So it's slightly more efficient, it's slightly lighter, it feels slightly more nimble because it's lighter. It's just that teeny weeny bit better. And as I mentioned before, it's cheaper. So it's like you're getting everything you got in the Enyaq, bar 110 litres of boot space, for less money. I apart from that, I can't really say why else I like this car so much. It is genuinely just good. So if you were to come to me 30 years ago and say, by the way, Skoda, who have just been taken up by VW, are going to be receiving copious amounts of press coverage, copious glowing reports from journalists about one of their cars and proclaiming it as one of the best cars in a segment, I'd have probably, how can I say this? I probably wouldn't have laughed, but I probably would have looked at you a little bit strange. I mean, I owned a 1995 Skoda Felicia. So I owned a Skoda from 30 years ago, and it was a good car. It wasn't a great car. You could see where money was withheld and things were done on the cheap. But it was a good car. Okay, so 20 years ago, when Skoda had started to make its gains, and it had, let's say, the Octavia VRS was the pointy end of its performance arc with the 205 brake horsepower VW Golf GTI motor in it, and that was the performance brand at 205 brake horsepower. If you told me then that a middle of a range small SUV had a motor, its least powerful motor was 175 brake horsepower, and it was rear wheel drive, I would have looked at you if you'd landed from Mars. That doesn't make sense. I mean, at that point, if you told me, oh, by the way, that small SUV, that small hatchback also has a four-wheel drive 340 brake horsepower version, I'd have definitely said, okay, you need to back off the cocaine and just take a steady pill. This car redefines Skoda. Without redefining Skoda, it is just a solid evolution of everything. L-Rock is supposed to mean electric Karoq, and this is an evolution of the Karoq. The Karoq, which I loved because it was relatively cheap. It had a decent sized boot. It had plenty of cabin space, and it did everything it could do. You had an economical version. You had a fast turbo version. This is a worthy successor to that. And it's right that this is now the pointy end, for me, in so many ways, of VW's electrification. This is just a great car, and I can't wait for next month in September for Vision O to be launched, because that is the new platform. Vision O is going to be the replacement for the Octavia, and the Octavia is Skoda's bread and butter when it comes to normal road cars. I genuinely can't wait for that car. So I hope, John, that this has answered your question as to why I like this slightly better than the Enyaq. And it is a very, very close run thing. I may possibly have ordered another one of these already. I have to change cars every 3 months, and yeah, come next year I might have another one of these. Okay, I appreciate I might not have done a very good job of explaining why I like this car. If you have any questions about the car, or about things I like about the L-Rock in general, or EVs in general, put them in the comments, ask me the questions, and I will do a Rob Answers video. Oh, by the way, if you want to know, that's Utu. Utu is my grandson's monkey. So, yeah, that's one question answered. So if you have been, thank you for watching, and if you've got all this way through, thank you very much for sticking with me. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that normal YouTube bump, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye. Okay, we have come to a deserted piece of road, which is a 60 limit, and we are going to do a 0 to 60 because I genuinely want to see what this car will do. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that's interesting. This car has got a 46% charged battery, so this is not a full battery. So I'm just going to do that again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Seconds. That'll do. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am that Rob Chalmers bloke, and I feel I need to clear some details up. In the last video I introduced you to this, my Skoda L-Rock Sportline. And unfortunately, I've now got the clattering of a diesel engine behind me. Just wait for him to go by. Yeah. The problems of coming to a public car park to do this. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am that Rob Chalmers bloke, and I need to clear some things up. One, why the hell is there so much noise? Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob Chalmers. I am that Rob Chalmers bloke, and in the last video I introduced you to my Skoda L-Rock Sportline, and I feel like I need to go somewhere else.